Everybody, welcome to Vanessa's van life journey. How are you guys doing today? Come on in and thumbs up the video if you are my friend. If you're enjoying the content and you love me and my personality, leave a comment in the comment bar below and thumbs up the video and let me know, okay? So anyway, you guys, I am sitting here getting ready to do my personal hygienes, brush my teeth, wash my face. And I was just thinking, you know, I'm always thinking about content that I can put out for you guys to encourage you. I'm always thinking about what are some of the possible questions that you guys have for me. And so that leads me to today's topic, and that is, a lot of people are saying I am so motivational, I am so inspirational, I am so encouraging, and I know that because those are gifts that God has given me, and that's the whole intent and purpose for my channel. No matter what I do in life, I want to be an encouragement, I want to be an inspiration, and I want to let my light shine to help somebody else. I suffered from depression as a very young child, and I also tried to take my life 3 times, and I know what it's like to live in the shadow of darkness. And God wants to use my life, my testimony, to help other people who are at the point where I was, to let them know that there is hope and that they don't have to give up. So that's the whole point of my videos, just helping people that are like me. Everybody don't understand people like us. Everybody don't understand why you're hurting, why you cry, why you're depressed. They don't understand that. I understand it because I done been there and done that. And I think that for a person who has been there and done that and recovered and survived, that person is better able to speak to the hurts and pains of someone who is there, because I understand and we understand each other. So I think that's why people are drawn to me, because I speak my truth in a manner that speaks healing and hope to other people. So today I want to talk about why I am the way I am, and how I can take adversity and turn it into a triumph. And that's because of so many things that I have been through in my life. I have been through a lot. From a little child. I think the devil tried to attack me in the womb. I think that's how much he didn't want me to be here. I think he knew what God was creating in me, and he used every person in my life who should have been my protector, who my guardians, my relatives. He used every person in my life to hurt me, from my mother to my father to a few of my siblings. I don't want to say, you know, he hasn't used all my siblings to hurt me, but he has used 1 or 2. Oh, that's funny. And he's definitely used my relatives, aunts, uncles, extended family members. I grew up in a very, very, very toxic environment. I grew up in the hood of 5th Ward, Texas, in Houston. Very, very harsh environment. Drugs, alcohol, prostitution, murder, just... Can you imagine a child growing up in a prison? It was like growing up in a prison. It was like seeing everything that you shouldn't see growing up, and people subject their children to that, and people become a product of that, subjecting their children more to it. I grew up in a toxic home. My dad was violent towards my mother. My mother was violent and abusive towards me. I believe that I'm the oldest of 6 children. I don't believe she did. She took out her anger towards my dad on me, physically, verbally, emotionally. And I think when other people see a mother abusing her own children, they know that it's okay to abuse that child as well. The mother is not protecting her children, and she's abusing her own children, so she makes them more susceptible to other abuse. And my mother, and I feel her hatred and disdain for me, made me more susceptible to abuse from others. I was sexually assaulted as a child by one of her lovers. I was abused by other family members. She allowed us to be in situations where she knew she may have been abused as a child or growing up. You know, if you have family members that were abusive and nasty to you when you were growing up, whether it be your mom, your dad, your aunts, your uncles, or even your sisters and brothers, if you were abused by your sisters and brothers, why would you want your children to be around your sisters and brothers or relatives or anybody who has abused you? My mom put us in those type of situations and left us in those type of situations. We were also abandoned by my father, abandoned by my mother, almost ended up in the Child Protective Service system. We never had a stable home. We moved every year, sometimes 2 and 3 times a year, never finished a school year in one place until she ended up moving to Louisiana. My younger sisters and brothers end up experiencing more stability, but for me, I didn't experience that stability until I got out on my own. I didn't know what stability was. Up until I was 14, 15 years old, she moved every year, multiple times a year. We even lived in vacant buildings. We even lived in buildings that was almost dilapidated and shouldn't have even been rented. We lived in buildings with my mom very seldom kept 2 electricities on at the same time. We very seldom had water and electric at the same time. So either it was water or it was electric. So we had to catch rainwater to bathe, rainwater to so because I was the oldest, I always had the responsibility to do everything. I cooked. My mother didn't cook. And I cooked. My sisters and brothers grew up on me cooking at a stove at the age of 8, cooking full meals. So I was the cook, I was the maid, I was the cleaner. My mother had children. She had 6 children, 4 living now. But she had 6 children and she didn't care for her children. I changed my sisters and brothers' diapers. I fed them. I gave them the bottle. I bathed them. I combed their hair. I did everything for my sisters and brothers. So I was like a personal nanny to my mother. And I grew up with so much responsibility as a little bitty girl. and also being abused at the same time, also being beat and whooped for anything that my sisters and brothers did wrong, because I'm responsible for them and not her. And that prepared me for a hard life. That prepared me for depression. That prepared me for not feeling loved. And that prepared me, when your mother and your father and your relatives don't love you, don't encourage you, don't motivate you, don't tell you that you could be more than what you are. When your parents and your relatives don't love you, that makes it easy for you to accept bad treatment from other people. So that also set me up for relationships of domestic violence. That also set me up for just letting people walk over me and mistreat me. And it all took a toll on me eventually. But I just wanted to talk to you guys about my ingenuity, my strength, my perseverance, my faith in God. Man, if it wasn't for God drawing me to him, I definitely, without a shadow of a doubt, would not be here. Because, you know, when people say you're a strong woman, you're a strong person, Vanessa, I was not strong. I was weak. I was tired. I was hopeless. I didn't have hope in mankind. I didn't have faith that anything good, that I didn't even have faith that there were good people. I didn't have faith that there were good people in the world. Like, there are so many evil and wicked people in the world. When your family members are the first sign of what people are going to be like in the world, that sets you up for your expectations. My family members, and just to let you guys know, I do not have contact with my family. I do not socialize with my family. I do not talk to my family. I walked away from my entire family in 2007, I believe. And I do not talk to them. I do not communicate with them. And I do not miss them. I don't miss them. You can't miss anything you don't have. When your family was your abuser, when your family was your abusers, you don't have a safe haven. Family is supposed to be a safe haven. Family is supposed to be your comfort zone. Family is supposed to be your sanctuary. But when your family is your abusers, there is no safe haven. There is no place to call home. And sometimes that takes a toll on people to where they end up checking out of here because they don't even have family to be there for them. And so in order for my sanity, in order for my peace, in order for my life, I had to walk away from my family. Every hurt and pain that I had in my life was attached to my family. And my family was not taking ownership and accountability for their actions. They wanted to continue to sweep everything under the rug. They wanted to act like nothing happened. They wanted me to remain silent about the tragedies that happened to me in my life, about being sexually assaulted. These people were aware at some point of the person that sexually assaulted me. It was swept under the rug. It wasn't acknowledged. My mother never ever sat down with me and talked to me and even found out what happened to me. I am 55 years old, and my mother till today still has never sat down and talked to me. She hasn't hugged me. She hasn't loved me. She hasn't cried with me. She hasn't showed affection. She hasn't showed acknowledgement for the part she played in it. She hasn't told me she was sorry it happened to me. And instead, she's done the opposite. She says that I'm bitter and I'm angry and I'm none of those things. I'm not bitter. I'm not angry. I'm a very loving, kind, considerate individual. And the circumstances and the situations in my life made me a hurt individual, but it made me a better person than the people that were surrounding me. I am a better person than my mother. I am a better person than my dad. I am a better person than my aunts and my uncles. I am a better person than the school teachers that abused me. I am a better person than the other children in the neighborhood that teased me and taunted me and hurt me physically and used to beat me up every day after school. I am a better person than everyone who victimized me in life because of the things that they did to me. I didn't want to be like them. At one point in my life, I did find that I was becoming them, but then God allowed me to realize you're becoming what you despise. You don't like those people. You don't like their behaviors, but you're allowing the hurt and pain to change you into them. And God quickly checked me and said, no, Vanessa, this is not who you are, and this is not who you need to be. And so the person that I am today, the strength that I have today, is from every situation that I've been through in my life. The creativity that I have from taking nothing and making it into something is from growing up with nothing. We literally grew up with nothing. We literally never even had new clothes. Like, we literally, and I'm going to do a story time. My mother used to sin. I'm going to speak for myself. In my stories, you guys, I usually do not mention my other family members. I usually do not mention situations from their perspective. I speak for myself because I don't know if they remember these things and they may not be willing to acknowledge these things. So I speak for myself. My mom used to send me and some of my other siblings into stores and steal. She used to send us into stores at a young age to steal. And I learned how to steal at a young age. Now she's going to say I'm lying. And I have learned in life that I'm going to tell my story. I'm going to tell the truth. And whoever says I'm lying will have to answer to God for that. So I learned how to survive at a young age. I learned how to provide for my sisters and brothers at a young age. I learned how to protect my sisters and brothers at a young age. And so just figuring out things and learning how to survive is a part of learning how to survive is a part of my nature. And the ingenuity is just a part of my nature. And anything that I do it to the best of my ability. I've had so much practice since I was a little girl. I've had so much practice. I've been nourishing and taking care of other people all my life, that at this point in my life, in starting van life, and even when I was homeless, it was me breaking away from all the ties that I had that was expecting something of me, that was smothering me and killing me. And my life ended up being saved. You know, the Bible says, how does that scripture go? Leave it in the comments bar below if you know. I'm going to paraphrase to the best of my ability, but if you gain your life, you lose your life. And if you lose your life, you gain your life. I lost my life, and I gained my life. I lost my old life. I lost the relationships with my family members because it was killing me. I walked away from those things, but I gained new life. I gained new hope. I gained self-esteem. I gained courage. I gained fearlessness. I gained self-respect. I gained something that I didn't have before, which was self-love. When you allow yourself to be around people that tear you down and put you down all the time, you are not going to have self-respect or self-love, because if you did, you wouldn't allow it. And once I pulled away from everybody and everything, God taught me my self-worth. He taught me how to love myself. He taught me that all I need is Him, and not to accept anything less than what He has for me. If it's for me, then it's going to be good to me. And if it's not, if it don't feel good and it don't feel right, walk away and leave it alone. God has taught me how to walk away from situations easily. I was the type of person that I would stay in situations that I knew wasn't for me. But now I let go of people, places, and things that are not for me. And all of those situations in life have made me Vanessa, the self-respected Vanessa. I respect myself. I love myself. I don't care if you don't respect me. I don't care if you don't love me. And if you don't respect me and you don't love me, you cannot be in my presence. That's just it. I have a low tolerance for stupidity. I am a very fun-loving, happy-go-lucky, positive person. But if you are going to bring negativity and hate, disrespect and jealousy around me, I don't need to be in your presence. And I am a very independent person, where I rather learn how to do something myself than to ask somebody to help me to do it, because I don't like I don't like people telling you they're going to do something and they have you waiting and they never keep their words. So in other words, I don't like people who don't keep their words. So before I wait on you, I'll give you a chance to keep your word. But then when I see you're the type of person that's not going to keep your word, I'm going to get up and I'm going to go do it myself. And if it's not right, it's okay. But it's done. And I tried. Trying is better than not being a person of your word. The Bible say, let your yea be yea and your nay be nay. If I tell somebody I'm going to do something, the only thing that's going to keep me from doing it is if something really and truly stands in the way of me doing it. And even in that, I'm going to try to overcome those obstacles and hurdles to keep my word, because I do not like breaking my word. So that is a little bit about me, you guys. And this video is going to lead up to some story times in my life of things that have happened to me. I'm the type of person, you guys, I want to start at the beginning. I'm going to eventually get around to how I became homeless, but I need to start at the beginning and tell you guys and show you guys all the things that happened to me that mentally and physically made me become incapacitated to where I became homeless. I am not a drug addict. I have never done any kind of drugs before in my life. I am not an alcoholic. I have never had any type of substances abuses in my life. I know a lot of people end up homeless because they were on drugs and they were alcoholics, or they were prostitutes and it led to homelessness. None of that is my situation. My homelessness occurred through depression, through wanting to not be here anymore. And so my homelessness was steps that I was taking to end it all. And that lets you know how serious depression is. That lets you know how serious how you treat people. That lets you know the impact that you have on the life of your children, of your family members, through the things that you put them through. And I was just tired. I was tired of meeting evil, wicked people. I was tired of nobody being good people. And so I will start at the beginning of things that happened to me from a child. And it's a lot, y'all. We might not get to it till next year. We might not get to everything. It's a lot, y'all. Let me know in the comments bar below if these conversations are too heavy for you. That's why I usually have more than one channel, and I really don't know if I should do this content on this channel, Vanessa's Van Life Journey, or do it on my other channel, Nomadic Therapy. So let me know in the comments bar below if you want to hear this content over here. Let me know if it's too heavy for you or if it's not too heavy for you. Just let me know in the comments, because I can move this content to my other channel, Nomadic Therapy. Excuse me. But I hope that this content does encourage somebody. I hope that this content motivates you. I hope that this content leads you to a path of healing, self-love, self-respect, and self-preservation. We have to put ourselves first, put our health and well-being first, and you have to fight for your life. And you have to get away from toxic people that are causing you your hurt and pain. You have to be able to get into a space where God can work on you and he could heal you. And as long as you stay around people who are targeting you, tearing you down, insulting you, belittling you, you're never going to get there. So I'm here, and I don't allow myself to get back into positions where it's not going to be healthy for me. I see people for who they are now. I don't make excuses for their behaviors. I don't make excuses for some, just like they say, hurt people hurt people. I don't make excuses for hurt people to hurt me. If you're a hurt person and you're hurting me and you are not trying to become a person that you don't hurt other people, then I can't even have you in my life, even though you may be a hurt person. I can't have you in my life because you're hurt and you're hurting everybody around you. So until you get yourself fixed, you can't even be around people who mean you well if you're going to hurt them. So at some point, hurt people have to take accountability for healing. Hurt people need healing, but you have to take accountability for your healing, or you're continuing to hurt yourself and you're continuing to hurt others. And I realized that about myself. I was hurt, and the person I was hurting the most was me. So I had to take action and take accountability to get myself help and healing to where I can stop hurting me and stop allowing others to hurt me. Let me know if that makes sense to y'all. Anyway, you guys, I appreciate you guys. I love you guys. That's it for today's video. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell to be notified each and every time I upload a new video. If you're not subscribed to my other channel, Nomadic Therapy, please go subscribe to that channel. That is my behind the scenes, real life, van life, live stream channel. I go live over there every single day. And if you want to support the channel, I make it off of the donations of my subscribers, and my YouTube is my only form of income. So if you want to support the channel in any shape, form, or fashion, all of my information is in the description box below, and my email address as well. Thank you guys for watching, and you have a blessed and wonderful day. Bye now.